Dean, it's hard to know where to start with that. Can you just assess what you've seen today from the team?
Jesus, that's loud. What I assessed, they were the better team first half, we were the better team second half. Unfortunately, I've had to make a change at half time again, and we did the same on Thursday. We can't string two halves together for a consistent performance at the moment, and that's been disappointing. But listen, we are where we are in the table because of both boxes. Even the opportunities that we had in the first half, our quality wasn't quite right, whether it was the final pass or the finish, and the chances we've given away we've contributed to as well.
Obviously, the end is madness, really. You equalise in stoppage time, then they get their winner, and then even Timu Pukki has a good chance there after that goal. I mean, that period in particular, you saw your players at the end spread out on the turf. It feels like a big moment in the context of the season. Do you think that stoppage time period?
Yeah, no, it's a big moment. We had to take risks at that stage. We knew the magnitude of the game today. A team that was just above us in the league, so we knew we had to come in and try and get points out of it. And at half time, we had to change because we couldn't play. We looked like we lacked a little bit of energy in that first half. The goal is disappointing in a lot of aspects. I think we all know here that Patrick Bamford's offside. The ball gets played for Patrick Bamford. The game knows it's offside, but unfortunately the law allows him onside because he doesn't make an attempt for the ball. I think it was Ozan could let the ball run, but you're not going to risk letting the ball run for Bamford to run onto it. The other side of it, we head the ball down because of Patrick Bamford, and then their players run past mine to get on the end of it, and that kind of summed up the first half for me a little bit. And we needed to change it at half time.
Another massive incident, the VAR penalty that was overturned. Your thoughts on that one?
Well, as soon as the referee goes over to the screen, he's getting overturned. That's because he's probably been told to overturn it. Is it a clear and obvious error? I don't know, because that changes from game to game and week to week. That unfortunately, I think everybody in football doesn't really understand what this subjective nature of clear and obvious is. It's a real tough one, but the referees give it because Luke Ayling slides in, makes no contact with the ball and stops Rashika getting a shot away. The fact that Milo in his stride ends up standing on Luke Ayling means that he goes down. What's he meant to do? If Luke Ayling's leg's not there, he puts his foot down and shoots. So I don't know what he's meant to do. So clear and obvious? I don't know. You'd have to ask Mike Riley and his gang.
Yeah, I mean, you said your piece after the Brentford game. Does it just feel like more of the same in that area? Just that inconsistency for you?
There's so much inconsistency. Nobody really knows. We wanted VAR, but for me, VAR shouldn't be involved in subjective matters. Leave it to on-field referees. If he gives the penalty, we accept it. Last week they didn't give the penalty, we accept it because it's the on-field referee making a decision. But now we've got his opinion being changed by somebody else's opinion as well. For me, VAR should be about black and white things. What happens there?
When that happens in the context of what you're trying to do now, from the situation you are in the table, does it just feel like all the cards are stacked against you?
I can do, but I'm not one to feel sorry for myself. That's not the way I work. We can be really disappointed. We've got a tough 3 weeks now without a game. We'll have 3 or 4 days this week where we'll work on what we want to look like in April when we play our next game, and then we lose probably 14 players to international duty. So we'll have a skeleton squad at the training ground for 10 days, but it's going to be sore because we put a lot into that in the second half and came away with nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a long way back now. I mean, how do you, after the 1 or 2 days to sit and stew on it, how do you pick them up again? How do you get that positivity and belief back in the group?
Well, first of all, I have to go and pick myself up. Got to put a brave face on. It's my daughter's birthday, so go and see her and have a bite to eat. And then get round to lifting the players.
Just on the injury front, did it indicate they'd have a bit of a knock then? You said you had to make a change at half time.
No, I just thought he was off the pace of the game. you know, he's been out for a while. I thought he put in a really good performance second half against Chelsea and deserved his starting place today. But he was just off the pace today. That's why I changed it.
And the situation with Grant Hanley, as you understand it, what happened there then?
COVID related, came in yesterday morning, totally asymptomatic, lateral flow. Positive. He can walk around in society and go to Starbucks and have a coffee, but he can't play Premier League football.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, did you try to make representations to the Premier League so he could be available to them?
Nah, the regulations are there, so that's the world or the country we live in at the moment. Boris makes a decision, and the Premier League doesn't have to follow it sometimes.
Yeah, final one for me. No Byram, no Zimmerman today. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Sam was still fatigued with his past history with hamstring injuries. We didn't want to, we couldn't risk him, and Zimbo had an infection in his eye.
Cheers, Dean. Thanks.
Right, cheers.
Dean, what age is your daughter?
Sorry?
What age is your daughter take for her birth?
19. She'll have to pay for it.
Try and put a happy.
Will she have watched the game at home today?
Yeah, she'll have watched it, yeah. No, she's at university, so if she'd got up from last night, she'll have watched it.
Right, thanks everyone.
Cheers,
Thank
thank you.
Thanks.